Good morning, everybody. I am putting this soup together in my crock pot, and I would have showed you from the beginning, but I forgot to grab out my camera, so I thought I would jump in now. So in the very bottom, I have 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. They're still partially frozen. On top of that, I have put can of black beans. Actually, it's a little over a can because I had these left from when I had made them a couple days ago, and I had about a can and a half, I think, left. So the recipe, I think, calls for just 1 can. And then I have 1 can of chili ready tomatoes. I think it calls for rotel, but this is what I had. And I have 1 can of corn, and then I have chicken base, chili powder, cumin, dry ranch packet. This is my chicken powder. I use this instead of chicken broth because it's just handy to have this in my spice cabinet. And then you're going to add cream cheese to the top. So I will show you this later in the day as it cooks and is delicious. Yeah, and before you add your cream cheese, you take out your chicken breasts after they're tender and shred those all up. Put them back in, add your cream cheese to the top for about the last hour to 2 hours. And here it is, all shredded up. Some fresh diced tomato on the top. This was so good. Now I am going to put together a filling for crescent rolls that are filled with a jalapeno cream cheese and breakfast sausage. So I love the Philadelphia cream cheese. I just didn't have quite enough, so I'm going to use plain cream cheese and add in some jalapeno slices and juice. Not to make it super spicy, but just to give it a good jalapeno flavor. I'm going to mix that together for the cream cheese, and then you can see here I'm frying up about 3/4 pound of breakfast sausage. That's going to be the filling for these delicious jalapeno cream cheese sausage filled crescent rolls. Sausage on here. That's good. Perfect. All right, well, I've got my little helper here. Okay, hang on. No, hang on. I'll help you. Watch. Now, just real soft, real easy. He's helping me spread out the last bit of the cream cheese. Good job. Okay, I think we're done. You did a great job. Now let's leave that one there. Leave that one there. We'll roll these up in a second. Are you ready to help me roll them up? All right. I'm getting ready to roll them up. Okay, I'm going to start rolling. Here we go.
put all of them.
Okay.
I put all of them.
We'll need all those spoons for our soup, won't we? Okay, there's our second one. Now we have to pinch it. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. And we have one more. We're gonna roll, roll, roll. Oh, we forgot to put the sausage in there. Oh boy. Let's just do one without sausage, one with. We'll have 3 with sausage, 1 plain. That'll be just fine. Let's resume rolling. Awesome. And we're gonna pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch, pinch, pinch. All right, and now we're gonna cut them. Let's see if we can cut through them. Yeah, that worked pretty easy. Maybe. Yeah.
I want to try too.
Oh, we can't do that part because the knife is so sharp. Gigi, you'll have to do the knife, okay?
I want to try one down. Please, please, please.
This one has to bake first.
Please.
No, the dough is not ready. It's not cooked. It's getting really close though. We're getting real close to being able to try it. Sound good? Sounds good, don't it? You got the beat. Thank you, helper. Did you help me make these for dinner? Wow, these look so good. Thank you for helping me.
Let's see. Grandma, please. Please, Daisy, please.
Okay. It's heavy. Okay, what are you gonna say? You got something to say?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say about this food that we made?
We made food. We didn't make food.
Good job. We made sausage, cream cheese sausage pinwheels. Can you say that?
Lots of cream bell.
Pinwheels. Yeah.
Pick the daddy all those.
Oh, wow. Wow. Great job. You're a good cameraman. Don't push any buttons. Don't push any buttons. All right. Well, let's turn it off. Thank you. All right, and these were gobbled up quick, but here's a couple that were left on the pan. These are the ones with just the cream cheese filling. They were delicious. Everyone loved them. All right, tonight's seafood dinner is going to be Dover sole. I am going to make a panko parmesan crust and fry this in butter. And we are having these Argentinian red shrimp again. We absolutely love these, both from Trader Joe's. We're going to have these cheddar cheese grits. They're from the old mill in Tennessee. A friend brought me those. And I'm going to bake these Great Value potato wedges, otherwise known as JoJo's. So I'll show you my plate when it's all finished. Okay, here's what we're having for dinner tonight. There is the Dover sole and the Argentinian red shrimp, and then some shrimp sauce. This is our first time to try this one from Trader Joe's. And this is the Frisch's tartar sauce, Great Value potato wedges, and some cheesy cheddar cheese stone ground grits from the Stone Mill restaurant in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. So that's dinner tonight. Looks pretty good. All right, happy Friday. Here's what we're having for dinner tonight. James grilled these Porterhouse steaks. We're still eating on our beef that we have in our freezer, and this is one of the beautiful steaks. We are finishing up some leftovers, so some cheesy grits that we had earlier in the week, and these jalapeno cream cheese pinwheels, so it's crescent rolls with a delicious filling. And so that is our two sides, and I'm having a salad along with mine with honey mustard dressing, just an iceberg lettuce salad. And so this is what's for dinner on this Friday night. We have a fresh grilled steak and finishing up a couple leftovers for our sides. Hi guys, this is my brunch for today. It's about 11:30. Haven't eaten anything yet. I thought I would make myself a sandwich. And oh my goodness, this looks so good. It is made on these Thomas Nooks and Cranny bagels. Oh my goodness, there comes 4 in a pack, and you can see how like fluffy, and I don't know, when you open them up, so you're like fork split like you would an English muffin. There's all the nooks and crannies in there, just like on an English muffin, but it's a bagel. How yummy is that? So they're 200 calories in one. So I've been having just a half like for breakfast, but I decided to make a sandwich. So I'm using this uncured ham, and then this is so good, you guys. This spicy jalapeno cream cheese. Oh, it is so good. We use it in a lot of different ways, but today I put it on my sandwich, and I also put some sliced cucumber and some regular old iceberg lettuce along with this ham. Oh my goodness, and I toasted my bagel. Yep. So that's what I'm having today for brunch, guys, and it looks so good, I thought I would show it to you. A sandwich doesn't have to be ordinary. You can just use some, you know, different ingredients than maybe what you normally use and make it pretty extraordinary. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off here and dive into my brunch. Hi everyone, I am putting together one of our very favorite pies, and I thought I would grab the camera out real quick and just show you what I am making. Can you guess by the ingredients? You're looking at them. I am making a sugar cream pie. And some people aren't familiar with those, but here in Indiana, I don't know, I think it's our state pie. It's definitely popular here. There is a company called Wix that make these sugar cream pies that you can buy in the grocery store. They are amazing. But this is a homemade one. I've made this one several times. It's very easy to put together. You just have to watch it as it's cooking, as you would anything that has milk in it, so you don't scorch it. And so I am gonna get this together. Let me tell you real quick the ingredients: 1 stick of butter, 2 1/4 cups of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I don't have the real deal stuff here, but it's not gonna hurt the flavor of this pie, trust me. 1/4 cup of cornstarch, 1 cup of sugar, and your pie crust. You're gonna pre-bake that, so that's gonna go 10 minutes on 450. Once you get all this together, a pinch of salt as well. So you get all this together, you stir it constantly over medium heat until it gets thick, and take it off your heat, pour it into your crust. You can sprinkle it with cinnamon and nutmeg if you want, and then you bake it for 10 minutes. And then of course you refrigerate the leftovers. I'm gonna get started on this, and I'll show you as I put it all together. All right, I've just taken this off the heat, And you can kind of see it's thick, still very, very steamy. You can tell it's not runny. And I just sampled it a little bit with a spoon. It's the perfect consistency. I take a spoon and go around the edges, make sure there's nothing hidden down in there, and we are good to go. So I've got my pie crust here. It got a little brown around the edges, a little more than normal, and I'm going to pour this right in. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to let this sit here for just a few minutes, and then it goes in the oven for 10 minutes. I'm going to put my pie guard around the edge. If you don't have one of those, you can use foil, but I picked up one at Rural King for I think $4.98, just a little pie guard that'll sit around here to keep these edges from being any more brown when they are in the oven. Alright, I'm going to sprinkle a tiny bit of cinnamon and nutmeg, but I'll probably do that after it comes out. Alright, and here's a look at my sugar cream pie. It's been out of the oven for about 20 minutes now. I sprinkled on some cinnamon sugar because that's what I had, the cinnamon sugar mix. I like to mix those two together, keep them in my pantry. And so this is probably another hour or so. You could slice into it. I'm going to go ahead and pop mine in the fridge because it's a couple hours before I need it. So I'm going to help it to speed up the process to where it's a little bit cooler and solid. Anyhow, I just want to show you. This is so delicious. Give it a try.